Of course, Blackburn Rovers are done and dusted for the season, but just around the corner, it is a world of international football lying just ahead. It doesn't look like any Rovers players will be going to Euro 2020, but there might be one player going to Copa America. Who is that? I'll tell you next. Back once again with another video, folks. Today we're going to go to the Copa America Rovers style. That's right, as we investigate a player that could be on the cusps of an international tournament for one of the biggest tournaments in the bloody world. That's right, it's the Copa America, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, stop what you're doing, swallow what you're chewing, smash the old subscribe button, bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Copa America related, and Rovers in Copa America related. We're going to go here under Waruski. That's right, boys and girls. Let's go over here to the old portal, which is, of course, Lancashire Live. It has been reported by another Jacob Crook, reporting that Rovers forward Ben Brereton is training at AFC Darwin as a potential Chile call-up beckons. That's right. I just seen a picture of him on the old social media, maybe being officially sworn in as a Chile international or as a Chilean national. He qualifies as his mother is of Chilean descent as well. So yeah, it's brewing at the moment. It starts to get a bubble, and I think we're going to find out whether or not he gets the selection on Monday. So I thought, you know what, let's have a little look at Ben Brereton, comparing up against 3 or 4 players that are competing for a similar sort of role for the Chilean national squad. So let's take a little look at, first and foremost, the legend that is Big Bad Boy Brereton. Here he is, scoring a tremendous goal this season, early doors as well. Let's take a look at some of the numbers then for you for Big Bad Boy Brereton. Of course, this is him. He does play on for the most part for Rovers this season on the left-hand side. I'm going to slide over here because, of course, I am blocking all the good numbers here. We're going to slide over here just like that. Of course, this season I played predominantly 23. Is it this season? Yes, this season he's been played predominantly on the left-hand side, scoring 4 goals as a left winger. He's also played on the right, scoring a couple of goals as well. Also as a striker, also bagging in a goal as well. He's got himself, 7 goals to his name this calendar year with 5 assists as well. That's at the second tier of English football. Again, over the years, he's not been a regular goal-scoring machine, but he has been tipped to do very, very well for Blackburn Rovers. We've paid a lot of money for him. I think it was a cool 7 million. Don't really want to talk about it because it's a bit of a bone of contention for the time being. But give or take 4 or 5 years down the road, this could be a bit of a bargain in the long term. Of course, Brereton has represented England on a couple of levels of youth football. Down the bottom there, you can see under 19 level. He played 18 times, scoring 5 goals. Also played at under 20 level with 1 cap as well. Got 17 goals to his name in the championship as a whole, and that includes 9 for us and of course 9 for Forest. Of course, he took much quicker to get to 9 with Forest, but it doesn't really matter. But of course, let's take a look at some other interesting angles for you for this one. Of course, this is him ranked at the moment for England. Let's bear that in mind. Of course, I'm going to be comparing him up against some actual. When I say actual, I don't want to sound that to be any disrespect to Brereton or his lineage, but he has been ranked here from Transfermarkt.com, I think, as an English player at the moment. So he's ranked 169th amongst all players as well. In the world, he's just ranked shy of 2,000, so he's in the top 2,000, which is of course good. He's ranked in the top 65 of players in the championship, also ranked 4th at Rovers as a whole. And of course, he's ranked 145th in regards to players born in 1999. So that's like a little bit of a food for thought. Of course, one major point for Big Bad Boy Brereton is his age. Of course, these are some other stats and figures for you coming into this. Of course, yes, 40 appearances, 7 goals, 5 assists. It's been in the start 11 65% of the time for Rovers, playing 59% of all of our minutes and being involved in 18% of all of our goals as well. No red cards to his name this season as well. Of course, his value, of course, we did pay a lot of money back in the day. It's looking at what did we pay for Gallagher? Was it 5 and him 7? But anyway, the value's been around about the £4.5 million mark. It's kind of dipped. He had a really bad slump of form here, but it's slowly but surely grinding back up there again. And I think over the next couple of seasons we should be able to see a real player coming out of Big Bad Boy Brereton. But will he be rocking the La Roca? Is that what they play? Wearing, of course, for Chile, or will he be playing for England? We'll have to see. Kicking off further then, some more stats and figures there for you for Big Bad Boy Brereton. Of course, this is his heat map, predominantly down the left-hand side. That's going to be a key, as of course the Chilean national manager will look at this predominantly down the left-hand side, and these other players that we're going to bring into the mix here also play in a similar sort of role. So Brereton, yep, of course, will be decent in that number, and of course these are his key statistics coming at you right here, right now. Of course, attacking is rated at 63. Remember that number; that could be crucial as we break down those other 3 or 4 players that we're going to have a look at it as well. Technique is 53, tackling is 44, and creativity is 51. That's over the scale with a couple of years between May 2018 to May 2021. So that's of course big bad boy Brereton. So look at one of the competing players will be Jean Menezes. Of course, yes, plays for Lyon. That's right. He looks pretty mean. Of course, he can play on the left and the right, just like a big bad boy Brereton. Has already played 15 times this season for Club Lyon, just scoring the 1 goal. So already Brereton is up on this fella as well. But this fella's actually played for Chile for 4 times since 2019. Got the 1 goal so far. Again, there's a bit of a changing of the tide at the moment with Chile. We still have Alexis Sanchez leading the charge there. Gary Mendel still knocking about with some other players as well. But of course, this seems to be a chance for some young guns to come into the ranks. Over the years at Club Lyon, he's played 108 times, scoring 19 goals and 17 assists. It's not that great. It's like 1 in 10 man sort of thing. And of course, he's been at other various clubs as well. So Jean Menezes is a competing player for him this season. This is where he ranks within Chile. Of course, ranked at 8th best Chilean player at the moment. Of course, he's ranked 1,618th in regards to the players of the world in all positions and all venues and all avenues. That's where he ranks. Ranked 20th within the Liga MX out in Mexico. He's ranked 2nd within the team of Lyon. He comes in much older than Big Bad Boy Brereton, ranked 144th within that age category of 1993. Kicking off further, some more stats and figures. Here it is on a total. He's played 82% of the time for his club Lyon. 88% of the minutes as well, with 32% participation within the goals as well. Let's take a look at his value. Of course, peanuts early days, eventually grinding up to around about the same sort of figure as Brereton, just under the £5 million mark, so not too shabby either. His heat map for the season, again, down that left-hand side, predominantly played on the left-hand side. So as you can see, they are going to be competing for that left-hand side of attack berth. Again, he can drift over to the right-hand side as well, but not as much as he is. He looks like a set-piece taker as well, taking the corners. As, of course, you can see his technique, 61 there, which is less than Big Bad Boy Brereton. He's got more creativity, and his technique is about the same as well. And, of course, I didn't really pay too much attention with the defence and the tackling, but because you really focus about these 3. But ultimately, I think Brereton holds his own against this fella. Again, age is on his side. And then we go to the MLS with Philippe Mora. Of course, let's take a look at this guy. Of course, we can't really base too much on his performance this season. He's just played 3 times, and I think the MLS has just kicked off. But over the course of of time, he's been a regular goal scorer, and he has played more predominantly down the middle, so he might not be competing with Brereton as much as I would expect. Because Alexis Sanchez will probably be a key figure up top. This guy could be along the competitors for the second striker or whatever. But anyway, over the years, look at the goals are pretty savvy. Of course, where did he play? Played for Portland Timbers last season. Maybe scored 9 goals in 3 games. Out in Chile, actually scored 90 goals in 28 games for the Club Universidad de Chile. He's also been around the block as well, over in Mexico as well, scoring some goals. And so he seems to be pretty prolific. But yet to get off the ground with MLS. Of course, their season has just gotten started, whereas Big Bad Brereton is actually have done and dusted with this football. So all attention could be focused on that. Take a look. He's also played for the Chile national team just the 5 times as well, and scored 1 goal. So he's not prolific, and he's not a regular by all accounts. But he's been around the blocks as well over the years. Again, ranked in amongst the Chilean players, he's ranked 10th overall. Again, all players, all positions, all areas. Ranked 1,956 within the world. So I think Brereton just edges him on this one. Ranked 34th within MLS, number 1. And amongst the Timblers. And of course, ranked 169th within the players born in 1993. I could get off further. Let's take a look at the stats down here. Again, he's been involved very little so far. Just 1 assist in 5 games over in the MLS for the Timbers. Starting 60% of the time, 62 minutes, percentage of the minutes, and 16% goal participation. Let's take a look at this heat map in a minute. His value, again, peanuts all the way through to around about 3 million mark now, around about 4 million, give or take. Again, similar sort of price for Big Bad Boy Brereton. So realistically, out of the 3 players so far, Brereton is holding his own and shouldn't be ruled out ridiculously straight away. Let's take a look at his heat map. Again, sporadic, not really as prolific as the other 2. Again, it's early doors for him to make his ground. As for his statistics, again, he does edge it maybe in the attacking lineup, but of course he is out and out attack. He's not a winger. Of course, as you can see, technique not as good as Brereton, and his creativity maybe also lacking as well. Again, I don't know really about these other two, but I'm not really focused about it. So Philip Mora also doing okay, but we'll see. Victor Davila is your next guy. Bit of teeth on that fella. But anyway, let's take a look at this. Is again more predominantly down the middle, but also can play down the left hand side. He plays for, who does he play for these days? I can't really remember. Is it Pachuca or is it Club Leon? I think it might be Club Leon again. We'll have a look at that in a minute to confirm that in just a second. Of course, yes, so this season he's played, what is it, 13 times, scoring 5 goals, which is a good return, 1 in every 3 maybe, 2 assists so far, not too shabby. He's played for Chile a couple of times, yet to get off the mark, of course, last round, or he actually made his debut back in 2018, and he's also played through the Youth Academy ranks, so maybe a lot of the Chilean faithful might be might have a bit of aggro if Brereton comes in at the expense of Victor Davila, because he's been there and he's earned his keep, whereas of course Brereton's come out of nowhere perhaps, and of course barnstorming in and taking over the reins, but I've got no problems with that whatsoever. If you're good enough, you're good enough. Let's take a look at some other figures there for you. Of course, ranked again amongst the Chilean faithful, of course he's ranked number 9 within Chile as a whole. As you can see, when you look at the values of these players, we're talking about 3 or 4 million, the barrel is not that deep when in regards to quality. I think their golden generation has passed. They're now depending on, of course, a lot of responsibility lies on those veteran shoulders of Gary Medel and of course Alexis Sanchez, but of course Brereton could come in there and provide a bit of something, and we'll talk about my point of view on this in a minute. Of course he's ranked 3 within the Club of Leon. Of course we've already seen one earlier, and he's also ranked 205 within the players that are born in 1997. He plays as predominantly left winger, and he's ranked 159th amongst all left wingers as well, worldwide 1851 in the rankings. Of course this season again for Leon, he's played 15 times, scoring 6 goals, 2 assists. Not a bad return. Like I said, it's actually more than 1 in 3. 71% of the time he starts, 64% of the minutes he does play, and 32% he's been involved with in the goal participation as well. Let's take a look at his value. Value is, of course, again around about that £4 million barrier, which of course does Brereton as well. So he's around about there. You know, he's competed. He's not out of the woods. Again, his heat map is more midfieldish in my eyes. Again, if he's classed as a left winger, he's not really hugging the touchline. I'm hoping that the Chilean manager takes a good look at these heat maps, because it shows you if you want a left winger, these aren't your guys. These guys all over the bloody shop. He's not. He's more midfield general. Look at that. The predominant spot is right in the centre circle. So he likes to be maybe a quarterback perhaps, and maybe you should be looking at drafting him in elsewhere. Kicking off further, then of course this is his creative bubble. 65% attacking avenue, again similar sort of numbers to that of Brereton. 55 for his technique and 51 for his creativity. Good sort of stuff. He's very good at the tackling. I did spot that now compared to the other guys as well. Is that my last guy? I think this could be my last guy. So yes, that's a bit of a breakdown of the players that I believe are going to be competing for Big Bad Boy Brereton for a spot in the Chilean national squad. Now I come into this thinking that the chances of him getting a call up for this tournament at such a short notice is very, very slim. However, the value, he's got the value, he's got the credentials, he's got the record. I don't know where I would rank the Mexican League and the MLS in regards to the grand football schemes of you know, because of course you have the Power 5 over in Europe. Mexico and the MLS, nowhere near that. Where would you rank those in regards to the whole grand scheme of the footballing world? Because I think the Championship would be in the top 10 leagues of the world. So I think the MLS and the Mexican League in regards to that would be probably below the Championship. The Championship is something else. So realistically, on paper, I think when you look at the numbers and look at the values and look at the statistics, Brereton should be in line for a call-up for the Chilean national squad. And I would be all about that. I go into this Copa America, of course, on the back of maybe supporting Paraguay for their connection with Santa Cruz. I don't even know. I think he's retired. But I've gone in this with no real connection with any team in the Copa America. I, for my own sake, for my own greedy sake, would love to see Brereton go in there, and I'll be cheering him and the boys on. He might just go for the experience. He might not even get a minute of football, but I'll be there rooting him on regardless, from the bench or wherever it is. Ultimately, do I think he'll get called up? I've got a gut feeling that it's going to pass him by. But it would do tremendous. It would be an absolute phenomenon if we were to get him called up. Not only for Chile itself, but of course the fan base for Blackburn Rovers. I've over the past couple of seasons, I've been in communication with a lot of fans for Blackburn Rovers over the globe. Chile, no, but you know, so if Big Bad Boy Brereton was to get lucky, if Big Bad Boy Brereton was to get the call up and he would go to the Copa America as, of course, a Chilean representative, it would do absolutely wonders for the fan base for Blackburn Rovers. I have met and communicated with a lot of fans from all over the globe. I've got an Argentinian Rover, I've got a Mexican Rover, I've got a load of American Rovers, Canadian Rovers, German Rovers, Swedish Rovers. We've got them all, but I've never really been in cahoots with a Chilean Rover. But this would just instantly boost our fan base over in Chile, and of course it would do wonders for Brereton's, of course, performances in his attributes to his game. He'll come back a stronger player, a more wiser player, playing international kind of football, and of course completely out of his mind, out of his world really, when he was growing up. Who'd have thunked it that he would actually be in consideration to going to the Copa America and representing a country of Chile. And I don't even go, just hear me out about Chile. Chile are not just there to make up the competition numbers, they are there to compete. He would have a realistic shot at becoming a Copa America winner. That's right, not just go in there and whatever, and of course Chile just making up the numbers. They are there, probably one of those top 4, top 6 teams to go out and win this pissing thing. So let's just put it into perspective. He's not going there, and of course they've won it. They've won it two of the past 3 or 4 times. So Chile ain't no slouches, and I think they'll be competing once again. And again, before we put a dicky bow around this bad boy, we will be covering the Copa America with or without Big Bad Boy Brereton. I've got predictions coming out the yin yang for this, so make sure you come by and stick that. But yes, I'm looking forward to the outcome of this. We'll find out Monday if he gets the call. If not, it'll be on to the next one. Maybe he'll get a call up for the World Cup. Anyway, regardless of all that, congratulations for Big Bad Boy Brereton for becoming a nationalised Chilean citizen, and hopefully your call up to the national team is only a heartbeat away. But until then, what do you think about that? What do you think about the fact that Brereton it's only could for the time being, going off to the Copa America this summer for, of course, a star-spangled spectacular, playing up against the likes of Neymar and, of course, Messi, amongst others. What do you think about that prospect? Does that blow your bloody mind? It blows my bloody mind. This guy could be going up and locking horns with the big bad boys. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and we'll take a look at this again maybe on Monday if we get the word of wisdom that he's going. I hope so. Of course, he has been training over at AFC Darwin, so keep on doing what you're doing, Brereton. Of course, hopefully things come true, and you'll be off on the plane. Anyway, that's it, my friends. Be sure to give the video some love and smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. We'll do it all again very soon. Until then, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Until then, I'm out.